Hello there, Vic Benedict here. We're playing Dark Souls 1 on the PC. This is my guide and walkthrough. We're now on the 35th installment. It is the portion of the DLC entitled the Oolacile Township. It's a very challenging section, and we're dealing with bloatheads and bloathead sorcerers. We'll do a mini boss at the end of the video. We'll pick up a key to access a blacksmith who will in turn enable us to fight a boss in the next installment, an optional boss called Kalameet. The elevator right there we're going to loop back to from another location below, and these guys are very fast, and their attacks that they do where they hit up or hit down with both their arms, you can't parry those. You can certainly block it, but the move that you'll be parrying is the horizontal swipes that they do that are pretty slow. And then if you notice up here, this is the first instance of a bloathead sorcerer. They can be parried, and if you see them try to push at you, you just have to block against that because that can't be parried. I was using the crest shield over here to absorb the damage. It's 80% damage absorption, and then you just eat the rest, so to speak. But because it's heavier than the grass crest shield, I was having a slower roll, so I decided to swap out and change back to the grass crest shield. And instead of just blocking against the damage, just trying to roll around or through it. But in the distance, you might see we've got one bloathead and then a sorcerer in the distance. But if I approach the bloathead, I'm probably going to aggro the sorcerer, so I'm going to try to snipe him. And then as we run up through this small little bridge, we'll try to maybe backstab or just push her off. And then we've got a whole cult of these things inside here, starting with a small little group in which you'll find a sorcerer. And as you come in here, a couple of these bloatheads are just gonna find you. I'm not sure if they're hiding up in like the rafters, already aggroed, already spawned into the game but not aggroed, or if they just spawn in like as you walk past where the game keeps them stored in its memory. So I'm not sure. Like this guy, I don't even know where he came from. No idea. They kind of sneak up on you. But this is the really dangerous room here, because there's like half a dozen on the other side, a sorcerer over here, and a sorcerer on the other side of the room, and just taking a couple of hits of their projectiles, you'll find yourself almost dead. So there is the push that they do. See, that's pretty significant damage. You can try putting this spell quartz ring on for magic damage absorption. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but over here I'm going to try to use this hallway in an advantageous way so that I can avoid the projectile of the sorcerer while baiting these guys a little closer, because I do intend to kill everybody. I'm not just going to run past. So we've just got one more guy over here, and we've got to quickly switch weapons so we can, make sure that we have a sword equipped for when he comes charging at us. Okay, and then I think we're just going to flask and then head up these stairs and search for that mimic chest, which will give us the key, and we'll be able to open a door later on. Okay, so getting in a little damage on that one down there, but she did jump out of the way. So as you come up here, if you have your bow on, switch to the sword, because there's going to be another bloathead in this corridor here. Now I blocked him because I thought he was going to do his double arm punch, and then as you come down here, you'll have one other guy swiping at you, and then here's the mimic chest. So let your stamina completely regenerate before you start swinging at it, so that you can have an advantage and then it should go down pretty easily since we're so strong at this point. But there's the crest key. Ooh, look at that. See that shit? They hide all over the place. That's pretty cunning of the game. And unfortunately over here, I think that I got nailed pretty bad and fell off. And then he's going to take a whole hour to get up. Yeah, take an hour to get up, why don't you? And then they come running at you. Jeez, they're relentless. And then I'm getting damage stacked on damage from a swipe of him and then a projectile of the sorcerer. So, and we're out of flasks too. So we're going to do a little hiding of our own over here. And somehow I must have hit the sorcerer because he or she, I don't know what sex they are, but it's gone. Thank God. Okay. So our next move is to activate the elevator that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. So step on this plate here. And instead of rushing towards the mini boss, we're going to head back the way we came and access the bonfire. Wait a minute. Do I access the bonfire? No. I think I avoid doing that because I don't want to spawn in all the enemies. But when I come back, you'll probably see the enemies already spawned in because I may have tried to get all my flasks back or something. I don't know. But here is an optional thing that you can do, which is to use the crest key on this door up here. And what's going to happen is this blacksmith is going to use his bow to bring the dragon down so that you can actually fight it. And the dragon is called Kalameet, and it's a really tough boss that we'll take care of in the next video. So I'm going to cut this cutscene out. And just bear in mind that during that cutscene, he felled the dragon, and now there will be a boss fog door that we can run to from the bonfire that we started out at the beginning of this video. And it's a really crummy run back to Kalameet too. But that is the conclusion of this video. It's tough because you're dealing with a whole new enemy type. Oh wait, not quite done. Oh yes we are. No, we're not. I'm sorry. We are going to actually get to the Manus bonfire, but we're not going to go to Manus. I'm going to do Kalameet before Manus because that's the order we're going to do it in. I'm sorry. I was so confused there. But come down here, and just like in the last video, step on the plate and then jump off so that it can be waiting for you when you die. And then we're going to be fighting a chained prisoner up here after we deal with a couple more sorcerers. See, I thought a moment ago when I got confused, I thought that I was going to stop at the bonfire and then revert back to Kalameet. But all you need to do is just get to the next bonfire and then warp back to the Township, and then you can fight the dragon if you like. Or you can just go fight Manus, and you can follow my guide. Either way you choose to do so. So, yeah. I'm getting damaged severely over here. And then for the mini-boss, do you remember in Orlando when we were fighting the upgraded armored tusks and we had to do the jumping attacks? Same goes for this, because this enemy has a lot of armor, and the jumping attack seems to have a piercing effect on armor. Although I didn't try it until a little late into the fight, but when I realized it, that was all I did to finish it off. So it looks like a huge fight, but it's just a smaller engagement down here. It doesn't even have a health bar. You know, not a traditional boss health bar on the bottom of the screen. But you basically want to quickly side and roll out of the way of its attacks, and then when you feel comfortable, do the jumping attacks, because otherwise your attacks seem to just bounce off of it, just like the armored tusks. So you can really come down hard with that jumping attack, and it deals significant damage, especially if you're two-handing the weapon. And then that thing will fall and we'll get some admittedly shitty armor. I think you can buy anywhere in the game practically. It's so common. You know, not literally, but you know what I mean. And then here's the Manus boss fire, or bonfire, excuse me. You're gonna notice that I step off here. I don't even know where that bloater came from either. But I stepped off there. I thought there was an invisible path or something, and I just accidentally saved myself from getting killed. So anyway, in the next video we'll be back at the Township bonfire though, and then after that we'll be warping back to here. So thank you very much for watching, and take care.